And it's 11-11. That's crazy. But yeah, back again, another overtime. We skipped last week. This is my favorite show to do over here at Flight Room TV. It's me, Remy Please, P Shack Lighthouse. Yeah. Today, I don't know. With the whole hurricane situation, Hurricane Ida, I think it's a good time to talk about just manufactured weather. People that control the weather. I want to talk about HARP. I want to talk about, all the stuff that people think is actually conspiracy theories. But if you dig into it, it's not conspiracy at all. Like these are all like public information if you do enough research. Uh, I don't know. Like the first time the biggest, giveaway with this whole weather manipulation type thing is like there was a treaty back in the 40s saying what I'm saying is you are not permitted to use weather warfare. These are legit.
And how long ago was this? What year
I
was
think
this?
1949 or some shit like that. Yeah.
And they got articles and shit like mapping it out, saying what you can do.
Yeah, this is a UN treaty in 1976 saying you're not permitted to use weather warfare against other nations. Yeah, so
I'll let you know.
Yeah,
it's already been happening.
Yeah, right.
Yep. I just sent you an article too
to the mail.
So what do you think the purpose is as far as like us, like when when we get blizzards, when we get hurricanes, like what's the whole point? What's the purpose behind it? Like not even using that in the form of warfare, but as far as just dealing with us, what I'm saying is just the common people. Like what's the purpose of controlling?
You talking like blizzards? Maybe that's like a form of like capitalism. Like a lot of times, like in like grocery stores and stuff, all that stuff go bad. So like when it's like a storm coming, everybody flee to the grocery stores and buy everything off the shelves for no goddamn good reason.
It's crazy how like these hurricanes, what I'm saying, they be like promoting them joints like it's like it's about to be a fight, what I'm saying? Or it's like
yeah.
It's the big event, Hurricane Ida, or whatever the fuck, and it's like get ready, beware, like what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So it's like a lot of these hurricanes get a lot of promotion too if you put it from that perspective, what I'm saying.
There's already another one they talking about, like right at the Ida. It's another one brewing up right now. It's a tropical storm Larry right now.
But do you don't think that the fact that they give them names, you don't think that like adds to the branding of the hurricanes per se? You know what I'm saying? Like that just gives it personifies it. You know what I'm saying? It gives it more,
something you can point your finger to.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I think it also like the purpose might be some fear. You know what I mean? Like fear tactics. Like there's people that don't go out for weeks after a blizzard or a storm because they might have had a loved one lost on ice or whatever or snow, and so instilling that fear in people too is, I think that's a big one.
And also like I think like when these like huge natural disasters happen, it only happen in certain parts of the world, and like it really don't happen in Europe. It don't happen in what I'm saying, those type of demographics. It happens in certain areas. So like what are you covering up? And two, like every time like that shit happens, it's devastation. Who's always the one lending out the hand? It's always these same companies over and over and over again. Red Cross. And who's the Red Cross? You can trace that right back up to the Vatican. And it's always an overhead cost. You know what I'm saying? The Clinton Foundation. It's always an overhead cost. And they got in trouble last time with the whole Haiti earthquake. And Haiti just had another earthquake, destroyed them again. And then, the Clintons got in trouble because and then the president got killed because maybe they are uncovering, X, Y, and Z amount of dollars is going to these nations for recovery and to rebuild and to habilitate, and none of that money is actually going there. So y'all pimping out destruction yeah, for what? And then if y'all find out to y'all making the destruction too, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
you're
Yeah.
100% right about that shit though, man. So it's like, what's real? Like
Yeah,
what is real at this point, man? It's like, damn, even down to the weather. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. Like, is everything controlled? Like, I be feeling like we live inside of like a bubble that's and motherfuckers is like, here, let me pour a little fear here, pour a
Mm-hmm.
little, confusion there, and just watch us. We're like being like test subjects, just being
right.
manipulated like all day, give them a little bit of this, like, you know what I'm saying? And constantly engineering us into being what we want to be. I mean, what they want us to be. You know what I'm saying? But have you ever thought about this shit? This is kind of like a different topic, but it's kind of relating. Like, do you don't think like, let's say like, the way the world is turning, and let's say that we live inside like a larger being, right? Like, let's say we're the microcosm to the macrocosm. Like, we live, let's say Earth is a body, like a living being, right? Like, what if like on Earth's level that we can't comprehend from our human perspective, but like what if that's like Earth is going through like substance abuse issues, or it's going through like
Oh wow.
what I'm saying? What if Earth is going through
A cleansing.
mental health issues, right? So now we like living on this level of life are like, this is levels, these are conversations. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because it seems like a lot of people are, what I'm saying, kind of leaning towards a certain thing. It's like, all right, if this is manifesting on our level, is this also manifesting on a higher level? See what I'm saying? So if we were lived inside a being, is the being that we live on the outside, is that outside force kind of like it almost is going through the same exact thing? You know what I'm saying? That I guess you could say Earth is going through right now. Like is that being going through a transitional period the same way? Because that's what it seems like we're going through right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying, Joe? Like it's
Yeah.
like almost the shit that manifests on this level. Is it also manifesting on the like are the cells in our bodies like us? You know what I'm saying? And they're experiencing
Right.
what
Like
we're experiencing,
because
but on that level.
that like when you if say you got cancer, right, and you're it's like your white blood cells, right,
Yeah.
and if you cause stress in the body and your nervous system and all that stuff, it makes the cancer worse. So yeah, that can
Yeah.
correlate with all that.
Yeah. And then if you think about as many humans are on Earth, like that actually makes
And then
sense.
we all
Like the how it
connected.
could, yeah,
Yeah, and
how it could
everybody's in a panic.
exactly.
There's
That's what
no
I'm. Yeah.
homeostasis.
And
Like.
then we always keep saying like Earth is like a living organism. So like if you getting all of this, turmoil and negativity on that walk on the Earth, why
Earth kind of
why
like
wouldn't
throwing
it?
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why wouldn't it
Yeah.
affect?
right.
So it's like it's the as above so below. It's like that, and for real, like just think about that shit, like because I feel and I guess in my spirit that there's an unbalance in the world right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just feeling like I feel like everybody can feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I almost feel like that might be part of the reason why there's so much division, because everybody can feel the unbalance and they all just got their own way of going about it, and it's causing more like unbalance. And that might be actually occurring on the macro of the being that we live inside, you know what I'm saying? But it's also occurring on the inside of us too at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even the cells in our body can sense there's an imbalance. You know what I'm saying? And it's just going and over and over and over and micro and micro and micro and micro. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all the same shit. It's all one thing. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It's like it's all everything's happening at the same time. You know what I'm saying? On so many different levels.
Yeah,
Shit crazy.
and it's not like I don't want people to think like when we talk about like weather modification or controlling the weather like some big. I mean, it very well could be like some big spooky shit, but all that stuff happens naturally. Like certain there's a hurricane season. There are tornado seasons,
Mm-hmm.
typhoon, all that shit, earthquakes, all that shit happens naturally. But they do have the capability to steer, to strengthen, to direct all this stuff. Like if you do the research, it's all there. So I'm not saying it's 100% manufactured. Maybe it is, but yeah, they can definitely steer it one way or another.
Yeah.
And it's real
Pull up
fucking easy. And
pull
they've
up
been doing.
that Britannica joint I sent. I texted it and put it on the email. But yeah, to your point, it talks about cloud seeds, I'm not sure if y'all familiar with cloud seeds,
Yeah, they've been
but
doing that since
yeah,
they've been doing it since the 30s or some shit like
but
that.
I never heard of that joint.
there's no so cloud seeds is when they manufacture like dry ice and stuff above the clouds so that you get like sleet and freezing rain. And you know how much of a panic that causes. Like you said, like everybody is being,
especially in Virginia.
Everybody rushes to the stores like 2 days before and buy up everything, buy all the toilet paper.
Remember when Atlanta had like 2 inches of snow and they fucking went ape shit crazy?
Yeah. See, it's saying how the frozen carbon dioxide can be dropped into a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And then droplets can cause deep freeze ice. So it could literally cover a whole city.
Wow.
It's like, yo, when do we know that they're doing that or they're not doing it? Like Remy said, like, okay, we know that freezing rain is real, right? We know that sleet is real, but when do we know that it's manufactured?
It's naturally occurring.
Right.
But is freezing rain even naturally occurring, though? That might not even be some real shit. You know what I'm saying? That might be some shit we just been kind of, trained to accept that that's some shit that, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And then you think about scientists too. Like, how do they know that shit's real? They've been studying that shit their whole life, but have they actually seen real freezing rain? You know what I'm saying? Come from a cloud. So
and this is the real patent for it too.
Yeah. Shit crazy, man.
And that's wild. Or damn. Well, that was in 2016. Is that when this got published, or that's when it was?
No, this is just a patent, a recent patent, just to show you it's real.
But yeah, and that's crazy because remember, I think you put it in the group chat back like years ago, Randall, when it was somebody had like a snowball and they lit it on fire.
Oh yeah,
remember that shit?
That could be that.
You know what I'm saying? That might be what that shit
type
is.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, in 1931, somebody was already writing about this stuff. All right. Okay. In 1947, the Army, along with General Electric, General Electric is all in your house right now, made the first attempt to modify a hurricane under Project Cirrus. They put the dry ice into the clouds. Yep. And the thing is, like, there's always, something to point to. Project Cirrus, Project, what was another one? Project Nimbus, using lasers to create thunderstorms, electromagnetism. Did y'all see the lightning last night?
Yeah, that was
hear
crazy.
The thunder? It was like 4:00 in the morning.
That was crazy.
Even when I went to the store like at like 9 or 10 o'clock last night, it was just constant like flashing. No thunder, just constant flashing.
That shit was wild last night.
It was wild.
I think my house shook like a little bit. Like that. It was one that was like, I'm talking about, it sounded like it was in my backyard. Yeah. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. I woke up at 2:30 and I didn't go back to sleep till like maybe 4, and it was lightning. Not like it was no pauses. It was just like straight lightning. Like
shit caused the river to flow backward.
Bro, that's wild though.
That's like some biblical type shit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For how long though? Just for like while it was, I'm like, is it still in the reverse flow?
Nah, I don't know.
But the thing is, Mississippi River is long as fuck.
Yeah.
if that shit is going reverse, that's
against like the laws of like nature.
Right. That's crazy. It's not no little ass river. That shit is powerful, bro.
So like if they doing all this stuff, right, you playing God, like aren't you like disrupting, the natural laws of, Earth?
Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what they trying to do. Maybe that's what they like playing God. Maybe that's what it is.
If they start doing this, at what point maybe is that, I don't know, does that feed into what you were talking about earlier? Like the whole, the organism of Earth is like kind of thrown up on itself. Because they messing with the,
like the chemistry
flow
of everything.
It's like maybe that's the I guess the cancer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the You know, it's killing. It's turning the white blood cells against itself. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what if that makes sense. Because ain't that what like when you you get diseases when your white blood cells kind of like turn against, they do the opposite of their purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and they attack. Yeah,
and then they spread.
Yeah.
I guess that's what's going on right now.
And there's a lot of like, but the thing is like, Dubai do this shit like every week because they're in the desert. They got a lot of money. They see the clouds. They make it rain every week. Every week.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They can. So this is no type of conspiracy. This is like something that's always been happening, and I don't know to what degree do they make it happen, and then at what point where did they ever have like a moment where they're like, damn, fuck, we fucked up. Maybe that was too much. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but even when they fuck up, we probably be oblivious to the shit anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we so caught up in the system and you know what I'm saying, in the day-to-day just life, we probably don't even be, you know what I'm saying, be aware of the fuck ups.
Right. Because can you like reverse the, like if you set like a F5, not F5, a category 5 hurricane on track for a certain area, like you can't reverse that, right? Once you start that shit,
nah, you can't reverse that.
They gotta rock out.
Yeah.
So like, how many times has that happened where they was like, oh, like they turned it up too much?
Shit, Hurricane Katrina might have been
probably, yeah.
Like it might have been worse than what the fuck they intended.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Because they had no response for real to even like recoup all that, all the money that they want to collect. They had like no response. So yeah, maybe that junk did get away. But it was at a time like in a country, it was like all that Afghanistan shit was happening and Iraq shit was happening. They need some type of diversion.
Yep.
That shit was crazy though.
Yep.
It be so much shit that like has gone on just throughout the years, and like we be forgetting about like certain moments and shit. And you be looking like, damn, that shit did happen too. Like damn.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Katrina was wild though. But yeah, go ahead.
So talking about that too, all of these wildfires and the fires that's like eliminating like half of fucking cities, bro. Like that shit is crazy.
Cali, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. That's a whole nother topic. I was looking at how far one traveled in Cali, and it was some overseas spots too. I can't remember. What's it, Guatemala or something? But like that shit like destroyed like 100 million acres. Like that's a lot of fucking. What do you think?
Like, if somebody is generating that type of thing, like, what do you think is like the objective? Like with the wildfires, like I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
And they keep happening over and over again.
So if you see some of these movies,
and if you can induce rainfall, why not protect? No.
So if you see some of these movies, they actually say that burning like maybe 50 acres is actually is good for the soil because it actually lets it kind of fumigates it and regrows everything afterwards. So sometimes it's purposely burning. Like you see that movie with Angelina Jolie where they were actually burning sections of it on purpose.
Yeah.
And then that shit got away from them. But when it's like this, like, I don't know what the purpose is other than to get people the fuck out because there's people that live in these houses.
Out, right? Yeah. Because like, all right, I'm glad you said that because there's some videos I've seen where you look at people's houses, their property is fucking melted. Their cars are melted.
Yeah.
Like that's melted. But the surrounding trees and shit, untouched. So it's like maybe it's like that laser type shit.
Oh, like precision, and then they just stop. Damn.
Like the trees are untouched, like the driest shit out there, untouched. But houses, cars, just like damn, they're looking disintegrated, whatever.
So I got a quick question for you. Do you think is any benefit to people that actually live in that section to potentially get like all the money for their house and just go somewhere else? Like you think maybe
take
their insurance?
Yeah, maybe they
burn it.
I also heard, also with the hurricane shit, like They're like you have to pay a deductible up until like a category 4 or a 5 hurricane. Anything lower than that, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to pay the deductible.
What?
Or
Damn.
or vice versa. Don't quote me
Okay.
on it. It's like it's one of those. Like if it's a 4 or 5, you got to pay for, or if it's a 300, you got to pay for. I don't know the exact thing, but there's something with that.
Mm.
Yeah. So and they said the last one either like it jumped from a 1 to a 4 in like a short time span. And then another thing they said was like the mayor, like whatever mayor that they have down there, she said like certain people wasn't allowed to evacuate unless they had a vaccine
Vaccine. I
passport.
seen that. I
Yeah.
saw that.
Damn.
I was like, that's what we doing
And
out
she had
here.
a funky ass attitude when she said the shit too.
Mm.
Man, that's a problem, bro. And that ties to everything else. And that's when we say like when every conspiracy connected, why does it have any if you're worried about, your next of kin, your fellow man, why are you fucking worried about that shit?
Yeah.
Exactly. At a time like that and in such a
Yeah.
desperate situation.
That lets you know everything's connected.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
suspect. That's real suspect.
It's a game.
Everything's connected. So maybe we are living in some type of Truman Show, globe, biosphere.
This shit is like the Truman Show because everything is scripted around us, nigga. Like everything.
Biosphere. They're showing like all type of jumps. Chemtrails. We always talked about chemtrails in the past. Lasers. Oh, that one. Damn, where was that one picture? I ain't got it right here. Well, they got that little like globe, little small little satellite thing they put on boats. Maybe they do that shit just to get the hurricane started.
Mm.
What the fuck is that shit? Anywho. But yeah. I don't know, bro. It's only going. So like, you think like maybe like all this global warming and all that type of stuff, cataclysmic events, maybe they starting the shit themselves. Like, can they use this to like validate those stories of revelation, and then hit them with the Project Blue Beam, like make it all.
Yeah. But like, who gets to authorize this shit? Because if all these countries is like going at war and fighting for power, then who's the one that gets to like project the bullshit out to us? You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're gonna be controlling the weather, I guess you can only use it on your own people. I guess
the Vatican.
Yeah, somebody has to give the okay to this shit at the end of the day.
Yeah. Like, who's the authority?
But the thing is, like, all right, like even when we just had that conversation where it was like, let's say, like they projected like this, like fake alien invasion shit. But is that for the whole world, or is that just for Americans? Is that just for Germany? Europe? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, who's supposed to see that? Because I know everybody
everybody.
But are they all in agreement though?
Yeah.
So behind the scenes, do you think there's powers in the world behind the scenes from all different nations who are in agreement with what
it gotta be with this COVID shit? Everybody, all the nations are cooperating with this shit.
But I'm even saying even before that, I'm talking about from the very beginning of like just rulership. Like, do you think people behind the scenes was always in like, all right, we just gonna be like, we're not going to fight the wars. We're not going to deal with the social engineering. We don't have to follow the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we don't have to follow the rules that they follow. Like, we just going to play Monopoly. Like we're in the game. I'm talking about the niggas who actually play Monopoly. I'm talking about them niggas. Like,
they made the game.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Like, everybody in the world is playing Monopoly. Like, but who's the ones that's playing? You see what I'm saying? Like, all nations all around the world are doing that shit. But behind the scenes, then who's the niggas making decisions? I'm talking about behind the nations, the people behind the nations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are they in agreement? You see what I'm saying?
collectively.
Exactly. You see what I'm trying to say?
I believe so. I believe so. I believe there's a hierarchy,
I think like what I'm saying is
and
I
it's
think
there
there's a
may be even like
hierarchy.
a power struggle in between those people.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that, and then that's when shit get fucked up. Like when one nation don't agree on some shit, you know what I mean?
It may be
And then
bigger
they
than
just break
nations.
off.
Because I think there's people that we don't know about that we've never heard of who be
Yeah,
running shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all these
Oh
people that
yeah,
we see, they're just figureheads, they're just faces. And I think there's like a whole group of motherfuckers from all around the world who be
yeah,
running shit. We don't even know that they exist. And those are the niggas who's really pushing the button. You know, everybody else is just faces.
yeah. Because the
You
thing
know?
is, we talk about the 1%ers, but we don't even know half of them motherfuckers. Like
Exactly.
they behind
But
behind the
nigga,
scenes.
there's probably a 1%er in the 1%ers. You know what I'm saying? like I'm
Yup.
small them niggas. Like I'm small those
Yeah,
guys. You know.
yeah.
Like the
And
ones who came up with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those guys. Like, who are they? You know?
yeah. It's a reason why I don't know. There's so many similarities in the differences.
mm-hmm.
Because what I mean is like even within that, the days of the week, the whole world follows the days of the week. So who said the whole world got to follow the days of the week? And how come everybody from all, like I said, all different nations follow it? So it's like somebody has to be in agreement from all,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, from all these different nations.
but the years are different.
The years are different. The language is different. We don't.
Well,
We one of the only motherfuckers that write from left to right.
all right,
Everybody else right. You know,
so
different ways.
if the years are different, then like what do you mean? Like, because I know like we hear about Chinese New Year, but like if the years are different, then like we just making up our own time. Is that what we doing out here?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right,
Yep.
all right.
But yeah, I definitely, yeah. Even, we like to say Illuminati, Rothschild, all that shit. Yeah, there's definitely a hierarchy. And maybe, internally, they be having their battles. That's why I don't know. People be flexing. We're not allowed to fight against these people. We're allowed to fight against these people. Some people are made to look like the victim. Some people are made to look like the bully. We ain't never gonna know the real. Ever.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at maybe it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like at the end of the day, we can read every book, we can read history books, we can, but we wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah,
we get at the end of the day, we can seek truth all day, but it's like I'm not trying. I don't even want to say seek truth. I'd say talking about more like history and shit. It's like is any history the truth? You know what I'm saying?
like the 100% truth. Yeah.
The
Like how do
100%
you
truth. Yeah, it's because
how
you
can you
wasn't there.
verify? Right.
You
How can you
wasn't there.
verify that it was 100%
And you know how they always say
real?
history is the nigga who won, the nigga who
Right.
conquered. You know what I'm saying? So he always tells his story, but he always gonna paint it in the best light that makes
Right.
him look the best. So we never really know.
That's why there's miles of archives and books underneath, the Vatican where
But look though,
they stole books.
even within those archives and books under the Vatican, it's still a man wrote that shit, which means it could
Yeah.
be bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Even that could be bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But it's a reason why it's hidden.
yeah, I do agree with that. Because I'm sure there is truth in that, and some of these things, but
Yeah.
somebody's still telling the story.
Yeah.
But I feel like knowledge was a lot more pure. But then again, I can't even say that because there's always been times where people have ruled over other people using confusion. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
It's a tactic, yeah.
it's attack. You have to like kind of cause confusion in the people if you want to rule over them. Because then they look at you to tell them what to do. When niggas don't know where to go, then they look at you. So that's what that shit is.
Since the beginning.
And create instability, and then they seek instability through their oppressor. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what that should be. Yeah, man. But I was just looking at the comments and shit. But yeah, man, we that's crazy how that shit is though, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, it's just it's like what's the point? Like I'm honestly it's like sometimes don't you think like it's like what is this all about though? Like what is this all for? You know what I'm saying? This whole like existence. You know what I'm saying? It's like what's the lesson that's supposed to be learned?
Or do you just like focus on what's ahead and don't worry about the craziness that's going on?
I kind of that's the point I'm kind of starting to think I'm leaning to because it's like I think even trying to figure it out is a distraction somewhat. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
it's like man, maybe just working towards something that's bigger and better than yourself. I guess you could say, rather than like
Paying attention to the evil.
paying attention to the evil because it's like man at the end of the day at this point man this shit is just like there's just noise that's all this shit is and it's like annoying you know what I'm saying. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like this whole like all this pandemonium that's going in the world is annoying, you know what I'm trying to say.
But yeah,
I don't know
but
if that makes sense.
can your conscience like not focus on that though? Like if I mean you see like the bullshit flying out of people's mouths on a day-to-day basis. Like can you like stand back and let that shit fly without saying nothing? Can you keep a narrow path if
Yeah,
you
I mean, I
if
know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think there's definitely a need for this for truth, man. I think that's a lot of where the imbalance is, and I think social media creates that shit because it's like it gives people the ability to attach themselves to a narrative and shit. So it's like once you start getting like we had this conversation before, you start getting those likes and you start getting caught up in this like thought process, and then it's like it's hard for to receive new information. You know what I'm saying? So it just creates more confusion because people get so attached to ideas and shit, and then it just, there's no truth. You know what I'm saying? This is more people being attached to what makes them feel good, and truth has nothing to do with feeling good. You know what I'm saying? So I think you should definitely, if I guess it's definitely if you need to, say the truth. I think it's necessary if that's what you're trying to say, right? Like if that's what you mean, right?
yeah, because that shit is kind of agitating.
Somebody, yeah, because it's you feel like people it's crazy. You're right though. It's like you feel like somebody got to speak up, right?
Right.
It is the truth. I think that's what I think is necessary. But sometimes I just be thinking like, man, these niggas is
Yeah,
lost, bro. I'm about to
even
just
even though like I rarely like in public settings or work online any of that shit I rarely say hit them with the truth or my version of the truth or it could be full on version of the truth, but I rarely do that shit and I will let you live and but
yeah, I know what you're saying. People
it's
stuck in their
sometimes
ways.
yeah it's
People stuck in
sometimes
their ways, huh?
I can't. Sometimes I just can't. That's like that. I'd be like itching.
People stuck in their ways, young. You know what I'm saying? A lot of grown ass adults, they are, attached to the person that who they want to be for the rest of their life, and you can't do nothing about that shit. It don't matter what you say.
But is it like at an all time worst now, or is it just I have way more awareness now?
I think it is. It's so easy for us to say it's at an all time worst. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's just more awareness.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't know, man. This social media shit, I don't know if people always been like this. Like, is
Nah,
social media
it's weird.
displaying what human beings have always been like, or has this shit made us like this?
Nah, it's
You know what
weird.
I'm saying?
Shit is weird. Shit is
You
weird
know what
right
I'm
now.
trying to say
Shit
though?
is very weird.
So it's
Shit is very
but it's
weird.
so weird, like from a social perspective.
They almost like
Don't
sound like
doesn't it?
zombies, bro. They
But
almost
don't
sound
the
like zombies.
but even outside of that, don't like the whole aura just like socially, just even just talking to people. Don't it feel different now? Like,
Yeah,
don't it
that's what
just
I'm
feel
saying.
like
It feel like
there's no
zombies.
like, but yeah, but it's like people don't even look at you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't even like look at people no more. It's like almost like it's just like there's no connection. You know what I'm saying? To nobody. People just be on their way or they be on their phones. Like, you know
Like
what
an
I'm trying to say?
avatar.
Yeah, it's like people don't even exist. It's like people live in their avatar, like whatever their world is on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. They so caught up in that, and they just move around the world just to eat food and seek entertainment. but ain't really no connection with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's almost like when you play Grand Theft and somebody like you're the character and you walk by somebody and they be like blah 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 and they just walk off. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. The shit is just, but it's just a different type of just about that. I do think you're right though. I think you do probably just have more awareness too though. You know,
Probably.
but I do believe that all this shit that's going on is a distraction. I think that like what we was talking about before is about like it's a battle for your spirit. So I think if you get caught up in the theater, you know what I'm saying, you being taken away from like God, what God wants you to do. I think it's so much confusion going on right now. So I feel like if you still have some sort of connection to God and you have faith, I think that right there it separates you from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I really do believe that. So I think this is a really good time to like for real to be prayed up, young, and like and just seek. Don't get caught up in the noise. It's like it's almost like you gotta close your eyes and look within and then find the answer from there. And like don't seek it from out here because it's just a whole bunch of bullshit. Like it's just jungle. It's like nigga, I'm telling you.
But that's the majority. The
The
bullshit is the
world is just
majority.
I'm telling you, like life is like noise to me now almost. It's like everything is just fodder, like everything around me. That's what it feels like. It's like, it's just, I feel like now it's like kind of I have to develop some level of tunnel vision to stay focused because it's just so much stupid shit that's constantly going on every fucking day. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
ain't
like,
gonna lie, this shit is like
it's like a
almost getting to
nonstop.
me sometimes. That should be almost getting to me.
Yeah, man. I think you gotta find that like place of serenity within your mind and shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, for me personally, I always just like I pray, I look to God, man. Like you know what I'm saying, and I just for guidance. I don't pay attention to this shit. I try not to get caught up in the who's right, who's wrong, and all that other shit that be going on in the news and all that
But
shit.
that would
Like
be almost better
because a
for
lot of it
me.
is social engineering. You see what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say? Like a lot of this shit. So they're training us how to, a whole moral perspective of life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's changing. You know what I'm saying? It's like by the day. It's like now you're morally this is correct. Now morally that is correct. Now morally that is correct. Where a few years ago nobody cared about none of this shit. Now it's like we have to care about shit we don't really give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? Because they're telling us to every day, and if you don't go along with it, you're a bad person. Like nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You
right,
know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying?
But at the same time, like I would feel better if like I have my I subscribe to XYZ as far as what's going on in the world socially, with everything going on, this so quote unquote plague that's going on, how people think, you know, but on the other side of it, people are so strongly on their feelings about what they should be doing as far as like the virus and all that stuff. I would feel way better if people as a whole saying, you know what, we don't know what's going on. You may be right, I may be right. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being, so far on the fence this way, you this people over here so far on the fence that way. I would just be so more comfortable if people's like, we don't fucking know what's going on. I'll be fine with that. Instead of
Yeah.
people saying, you
Just
know, you are wrong. You are wrong. These people are wrong.
it's just the whole outrage, like
Yeah.
shit that be going on. It's like
Like, bro, like
everything.
why?
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, why do you fucking care about what I do? Like, you never cared
that's what I'm
about what I did
saying.
before then.
That's what I'm
Stop
saying,
fucking
bro.
care about like what I do, how I live my life. Uh, at the end of the day, you guys fight for, your rights as, a citizen of this country. Let people be free. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm not hurting nobody or XYZ, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop. I mean, you can care, but like, stop fucking pushing your beliefs on other people that hard, that
That's
extreme.
what I'm saying. It's like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like that whole moral shit. It's like they push it so hard to the point where now it's like you getting pushed into
Right. It's
you're
not
back
even an
against the
idea
wall.
anymore. It's
Yeah,
like
now
a law.
yeah, exactly. Now you're back against the wall, and it's like if you don't go along with this, you're a bad person, and that's what
Yeah.
the whole shit is. So it's like and really the biggest, I guess you would say, annoying part about all this going on in society right now is that niggas is going along with the shit. Niggas like, well, yeah, you're right. I am. I want to be a good person. Like, and that's the shit. Why I don't I don't
And
be
the
fucking with
valid,
niggas
yeah, the
like that. No,
valid, yeah, the
I
valid.
don't be fucking with niggas. And like I said, we all entitled to our own opinions. But I'm talking
It's
about
like they
where
simps,
it's no fight. It's no
social
like.
simps.
It's exactly. It's like no pushback. It's like nigga. It's like where's your own mind at? You know what I'm saying? And it is. I'm talking about you meet people who get every fucking
Nigga,
movement, every fucking social like outrage. They just
nigga.
hop it and follow it and go along with this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like where are you? Who are you though?
I
What do you?
almost
You know what I'm
argued with
saying?
a nigga on Twitter the other day or yesterday. I almost did it, but I stopped myself. I seen a nigga tweet. I don't know this nigga. I don't know this nigga. He said if I was an NFL team, I wouldn't start any quarterback that isn't vaccinated. So you wouldn't, because Tom Brady's not vaccinated. You wouldn't start him. Lamar Jackson not vaccinated. You wouldn't start him. And he said no, I wouldn't start them. What type of sense you're going to bench or release a one of one talent Lamar Jackson in the NFL? You're going to bench probably the greatest quarterback in the NFL, Tom Brady, because he's not vaccinated. You'll lose your job in the first day, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't even like. You're not making sense. You're just trying to ride the whole vaccination narrative. You're trying to get likes from bitches that don't want to fuck you.
There
They
you
don't
go.
want to fuck you, bro.
Exactly.
You're a lame ass
I know
nigga on
exactly
Twitter.
what
Yeah.
you're trying to say though. Like, you know, niggas be trying to seek validation, like by
Yeah.
going along with the get along and shit, as they would say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
Yeah.
every female that's interacting with him have like some type of vaccination in their like you know, not their username, but you know their secondary username. Like the bitch's name like vaccine something like shit like that. Like shut up, ho. Like what the fuck? Like that shit pissed me off, but I did not entertain that shit. And I guess I'm entertaining it now, but hey.
But I mean, but yeah, I know what you're trying to say though,
Yeah.
bro. Like, but that's exactly what that shit
Like
is.
what sense do that make? What team is gonna
I'm
wager their future for a potential Super Bowl run by cutting Lamar Jackson or cutting Tom Brady? Like, you don't fucking make sense.
yeah.
And people was agreeing with this. That was the worst part. I was like,
But-
am I in the fucking like circus show right now?
That's what I'm telling you. That's the point I be saying. That's why I'm like, bro, about to get the, you know, focus on this tunnel vision. Because, like, you know, if I don't, like, I'm gonna be getting caught up in just a whole bunch of foolishness. Because I feel like all this shit that's getting projected in the media every day, this crate challenge shit, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like all this shit, like, it's just.
Hey, that got to do with. Remember a while ago I said like all them TikTok dances and shit. Y'all know where that shit coming from. Somebody could be like introducing this shit, and that could be a whole ritual. Y'all don't even know it.
Yeah, and that's my whole point, bro. It's like just all this sensationalism every single day. It's all for nothing. It ain't helping nobody get better. Like even when we was talking about this COVID shit, it's like, you know, it's all this. Oh, get the vaccine. But one of the key things that they always say, well, first of all, 99% of the people who get it recover. But outside of that, it's they say that you know, having good health. Why not be promoting good health like a motherfucker? As much as you promoting this vaccine, instead of this fear mongering, all this other bullshit, you should be like, hey, Americans at an all-time high. We got this shit. We need to make sure we eat healthy. People out here exercising, doing, you know, what they got to do. But it's like, no, fuck that. Just take this shot, and that's supposed to fix everything. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people who aren't in, you know, who have, like they say, pre-existence issues were the ones who were most susceptible to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So why not promote that?
Yeah, man. On that Joe Rogan show, he had like this doctor on, and you could tell she was driving the narrative. It was like this blonde woman, and she said, you know, there's like 8 misinformation facts out there, and she started going through her little list that she probably pre-writ before she came on the show. And then Joe kept asking her questions. She kept saying is, I don't know. And then they put up a graphic on the little like monitor and stuff, and it said 5% of people actually die from COVID once they, you know, like it kind of like skewed the whole pretty much. I mean, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it skewed like the whole pandemic, because, you know, people do have pre-existing stuff, so it kind of like hyper influence everything. But it kind of like, you know, makes you look at it sideways, like, who sent her, and then if you present like facts and like these guys are not experts, you present her with a fact and like she couldn't like combat that stuff, and she's supposed to be an expert in her field. So like I don't know, like who centered these people?
Yeah, man.
Even like Colin Cowherd, even before like he wasn't even like scheduled to go on his show, and he made a tweet when Cam Newton got cut, and he was like, "Oh, the reason he got cut is because of the vaccine." He didn't want to take the vaccine, but then Bill Belichick came on like interview right after that saying, "Oh, that's not the case." So like who like I'm just tired. Tired
Yeah,
of
bro.
shit.
It's just noise, man.
I'm tired of the mass. I'm tired of the talk about doing the shit. I'm tired of all the shit.
It is. It's just noise, man. And that's like I said, this shit is just a big ass distraction, man. And it ain't for everybody. It's for some is supposed to get caught up in the drama. And if you can see that this shit is bullshit, then you probably shouldn't be focusing on it if it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. If you can see it's bullshit, that means that and you playing into it, then it's just working. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like that. So it's like now let's trying to focus on bigger shit than this shit, because this shit is silly, and then I can see what it's doing to other people too, man. So I definitely don't want to be getting caught up in this shit. And I'm not even just talking about the COVID shit. I'm talking about almost every goddamn thing that's been happening in media, like in the past few years. It's just been just silly. Just silly, bro. Like nothing that helps you become a better person. It's just silly shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about really don't amount to nothing. Just be having people having strong opinions on both sides, and that shit it don't do nothing for nobody. It's just silly. Just causes people getting their feelings over shit that don't really matter. It's just silly shit. That's all I can really describe. That's all I can describe. All this shit's going on in society right now, man. This shit is just silly. But yeah.
Think we should do a 9/11 episode next week? It's about the 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, what are you talking about as far as from some overtime shit?
Overtime, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but we were just talking about 9/11 itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about 9/11.
20 years.
Yeah. So what do you think, like, if we can, speaking on 11, what do you think, I guess you could say that was like a monumental joint. Excuse me. That was like a monumental joint, though, because it was probably like one of the first conspiracy theories people was probably really looking at like that.
But you remember the whole like Afghanistan like airport thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like recently, look on the plane.
Oh yeah. 1109.
Come on, man.
No surprise there.
Come on, man.
So but even this shit, man. Afghanistan is going on now. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of shit going on in society right now.
Like clockwork. Like, yeah.
It's like, where do we start? We start off with Kobe in 2020, and now here we are. Like, now it went Kobe, George Floyd, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all this shit, COVID, and now we are this year. You got Afghanistan. You got fucking Lil Nas X out here just acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Just some wild shit, and it's nonstop. It's just what's next, shit. Then we have like some aliens and shit like that.
UFOs, yeah. The government admitted, but like they reneged. They reneged though. They reneged all that shit.
Oh, now they reneged. Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, they said, we have, footage, but they didn't show anything. So niggas gay.
Yeah, man. But I'm telling you, this shit started to get boring, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. It really is.
What you mean?
I'm talking about like this whole like just the shenanigans in society. I'm talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like what's next, nigga? Like I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? Like what it's like it's like, all right, it's like it's a game, but it's gonna be some silly shit next. It's like I don't even give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to just focus on something better. Because y'all clearly this is just to cause confusion, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And just even like how people just come up off the confusion is crazy. Like like with the whole, Afghanistan shit, like you can invest in all these military, weapons. You can invest in all these COVID uh, Moderna and Pfizer and BioNTech, AstraZeneca. You can invest in all that stuff. Like it's a sick game.
That's what I'm saying. And I think, that's what I'm saying.
So
And you can
so
see
do
people
you
get.
morally do you set that aside and and do as they do, or I don't like you got if you want to play the game, you got to have that same type of mentality, or do you find peace in um separating yourself from the moral dilemma of profiting off of lower vibration type shit.
So, so wait, so what are you saying? You saying well, give
So
me like I'm trying to think.
like if I'm investing in these in Moderna, Pfizer, BioNTech, I'm investing in Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
like that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Is
Nah,
that
nigga, shit. You gotta play ball. Fuck that.
yeah.
Nah, there ain't nothing wrong with
I
that
have
shit.
been so
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that shit. Nah, I mean, fuck it. You gotta make your money and shit like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. You gotta, got a family and shit. You gotta do what fuck you gotta do. Ain't
mm,
nothing wrong with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about as far as like people giving their emotions and energy to it. That's
right,
all I'm
okay,
talking about.
yeah.
I'm not talking about like making money, make money, play ball, do it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you
Yeah.
gotta do. I'm talking about just the overall like just giving
Yeah,
your
I don't
energy and
have yeah.
emotions
I have
to
no
this shit.
I have no fear. It's just I'm not giving my spiritual energy
Yeah, don't give you. That's all I'm talking about. Like
for
that's what
somebody
I
to
mean.
like siphon that shit at all. I'm not
Okay,
giving you none of that shit.
exactly. That's
I
all I'm
just have
talking
an
about.
issue with I don't know. I just want people to do better. That's it. I'm not. I don't have no ill will. If you can't see it, fuck
Bro,
you. Like
I'm trying to tell
I
you.
don't care about that shit. But I don't have no fear whatsoever. None of that shit. I'm not in fear. I don't like. I'm good. I have no
Yeah,
fear whatsoever.
and even that, like, even as far as wanting people to do better, young, like, people only gonna go as far as they want to. There's nothing you
True.
can do
Yeah.
about that shit,
True.
man.
Yeah. And
Like,
I realize it. Yeah.
because I definitely at a time in my life thought I was like,
And
oh man, I want
yeah.
to help. I want to tell people the truth. It's like, man,
Right.
nobody give a fuck. Like,
But
niggas
those
gonna move when they want
But
to.
those people that want to know the truth, they will present themselves to
Oh,
you in your
exactly.
everyday life. And
Exactly, just exactly. And
so
you'll meet them,
yeah,
They bump into you all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't even gotta really worry about that shit. It's like who is meant to be a part of your tribe, or people who is meant to, like
right.
as they would say, they gonna find you. So all that other shit. It's like putting energy into people who don't give
That
a
yeah,
fuck.
that go with
At the
like
end
the
of the
whole
day,
music shit too.
it's like that conversation we was having. Is like you got to be in agreement with niggas. Like I'm not gonna be out here fucking trying to force you to see my way. Like what I'm saying, nigga, you either gonna fuck with me or you not.
right.
It's just simple as that. So
Yeah, some people gonna like the same movie you like. Some people gonna like the same music you like. You gotta have the open heart, the open mind.
exactly, bro. Because I'm telling
Yeah,
you, man,
the
it's
feels.
all that fucking like getting all caught up on the what side of the spectrum you on or whatever
Mm-hmm.
these social events. That shit is a waste of time.
Right.
But niggas be getting so caught up in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit is annoying. You know
And
what I'm
be
saying?
really getting they feelings
Yeah,
hurt.
that's what I'm saying, bro. It'd be hard to have conversations with niggas. We can disagree all day, but it's like you can tell people be like triggered by the shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it'd be like, bro, like this shit ain't even that deep. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it's them likes, man. When niggas don't be saying shit that you used to seeing with them likes, that should be you know. Because like me, when I like conversations, like I like to come to like an understanding, but it's like when people be so attached to the shit that makes them feel good, it's like it's like they leave no space for new information. You know what I'm
Stroking their
saying?
ego.
Yeah, exactly. It leaves no space for new information.
Yeah,
So
I can never. There's what's it saying? There's more than one way to skin a cat.
exactly. And even if like I said, you don't agree, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Try do what works for you. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? We might have two different strategies. Yours might work better for
uh,
you. Mine work better for me. It's
Oh,
just
that's
that
funny
simple.
because like, did you see Joe Rogan? He said he got COVID, and instead of like the vaccine, he's saying he's taking all these medicines. Where in India they say they completely like combated that whole Delta variant and shit. But people are like saying, "Oh, Joe Rogan, you say you don't want to take an experimental vaccine quotation marks, but you want to take some stuff that that's used for I don't know like." Uh, uh, I don't know, virals, something, whatever. I was like, why do you care about what he does? Like, that's not you.
Yeah,
Like, this nigga's not doing anything for like likes or clicks. Like, this nigga's established. Like, he doesn't need any more big of a
exactly.
following. Like, he's the biggest podcast out here. Like, he don't
Uh-huh.
he don't care. Like, bruh. Like, it's not he's gonna get a fucking
He,
endorsement
he has
over
he has nothing to gain. He
he
has
has
nothing
some
to gain from that
generic
shit.
ass medicine. You're not gonna get a advertisement off that shit.
Nope.
But Moderna might get an advertisement off it.
Yeah.
Y'all so damn silly. Simple, silly. 85% of the population is dumb as shit.
So
It's
what do you think is gonna happen though? Like as far as this is what I'm saying. Like, all right,
the
so
end
what
game.
is it? Yeah, exactly. What's the end game? Like, because we talking about how we seeing like society being shaped through just all the bullshit that's going on. So it's like, what do you think is the end of this? Like, you think if we just gonna keep getting molded and molded and
Hey, look,
molded till we're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this just the
it's
beginning of it? Is it just gonna
and
keep getting worse and worse and worse?
it's for real. Like, if it's going to get worse, if the people of this might sound wild, if the people of the United States don't get some fucking nuts and say something or do something about it, stop being so fucking docile, lenient with your fucking freedom, your rights. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cry about your rights about police brutality. You cry about your rights of um being free about your sexuality and shit like that. You cry about so many rights of being a woman and stuff like that. Cry about your rights about having your freedoms taken. Cry about your rights about having, your kids being forced to be in school, not being having, regular interaction with other kids. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember that? You remember going through that as a child?
But
Cry
that's what
about
I'm
that
saying.
shit.
All
Cry
that shit,
about that shit. Yeah.
exactly. But
So
the shit that they cry about, the shit they was taught to
right.
told to cry about. Yeah.
So if you wanna, if things have to look around the world, Paris, they're fucking rioting about the mass shit. Australia are getting beat the fuck down. You can't go out your house. You're getting beat the fuck down by the police. Y'all don't like police brutality here, right? What if they did that shit here to everybody? Not a one black person on the news with a body cam footage or shit like that. Imagine coming out your house, you getting beat up because you don't have a vaccine passport. Come on, man. It's gonna be a time like where if you gonna let me get beat up because I don't have a vaccine passport.
I mean, yeah,
freedom
man.
freedom is freedom, bro. Either way you look at it, freedom of speech, all that shit.
Everything is. I mean, but yeah, exactly, bro. And it's a lot of shit that's going on in society that
What
like
y'all gonna fight for?
we just letting shit fly. Like ain't nobody
Yeah.
saying speaking up about nothing. Like niggas letting everything fly, bro. Like, come on, man.
When's it gonna stop?
Niggas not even standing up for their kids no more. We just
Right.
letting all kinds of weird sick shit go on, and we be like, oh no, he's be free. Like, nah, bro. Like
Nah, bro.
some shit ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a time and place for everything. There's adult place shit over here, and then there's some shit shouldn't just be like, don't nobody, come on, man. What we doing out here?
Listen, if you're scared, go to church, and y'all don't want to go to church no more. You can't because they telling y'all can't go to church because it's I don't know what do they call it, mass I don't know, too many people in one area. So yeah, as far as the end game, I don't know. We got this country has to step up first because everybody, and maybe because we're not shown, in the news, your CNN, your Fox News,
I don't know. You think
your
Americans still got that same respect now though?
regardless of respect, I mean, like, we have the most. We're the most influential.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't
So
know
what
if
we
we
gonna
looking
do?
strong. I don't know if we looking strong right now.
Fuck no, because we
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
laying down.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, do you think the rest of the world can see that though? Cause it's like anything just fly over here, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We ain't got no rules out this joint, like none. That's what I'm saying. The people ain't saying like the people ain't speaking up about nothing. We just letting anything happen. Whatever the fuck, whatever Twitter say, nigga. I'm on Twitter side. Like that's basically what that should be. You know what I'm saying? Whatever these niggas say on Twitter, I don't want to be on the wrong side of Twitter.
Mm. And then people family forcing your family to decide against each other. That's crazy.
All this shit going on, you know.
That's supposed to be your folks. How the news turning your folks against your folks? Y'all supposed to be stronger than that. That sounds crazy.
Yep. So much shit though, and like we were saying from the very beginning, since this 2020 shit, like it's so many different stories that just cause strong emotions on two different sides that
Even
cause
like
division.
politics,
All that shit has been going
Thanksgiving,
on.
y'all arguing about some damn blue or red. Man, sit the fuck down.
Even
Eat some damn
exactly,
food.
even the
Yeah,
goddamn
listen to some
George
music.
Floyd shit. You know what I'm saying? There was
Yeah.
strong emotions on both sides of that shit too. Like, you know, all that shit is like that's what I mean. And we constantly getting hit with these like division causing, you know, social events, I guess you would say, you know, and that, you know, that's what I'm saying. So if you're seeing all this division inside the United States of America, like, and I'm not even talking about race, I'm just talking about just overall, just everybody just having strong opinions on so many different sides. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That don't look like there's a lot of cohesiveness over there. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, do we have that? Are they like they do? Like you said, people in the other countries, they fighting, doing all their other shit, but they don't see us doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like, do they even look at us? Do they? You know what I'm saying? Like, because clearly they wasn't waiting for us to go do what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, at all. So, well,
but what is the end game though? What is going to come from all of this?
I
feel like
be a
it has
real
to be
swift
leading
end
to
game if motherfuckers don't do shit about it.
It's clearly leading to something. It's clearly leading to something, man.
It's gonna be these passports. Something. These passports, man. My birthday coming up in October. I had plans to go to Greece. They dead that shit. I can't go to Greece.
Damn.
Backup was going to go Hawaii. I can't go to Hawaii. And that shit is in the United States. I can't do none of that shit.
Exactly, bro.
So yeah, they're gonna try. So is there gonna be a point where it's gonna be enough people vaccinated and I can live my life, or they're gonna force everybody to get vaccinated? But even if that, like, who's to say like that's gonna be it?
Yeah,
they're gonna push something else on you.
It might be because, like I said,
you just keep giving.
But it's like it's you know it started out with being a thing where it's like you had a choice, but it's starting to feel like the you know the clause is just like getting like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of feeling because that's what it's feeling like. Because when then all of a sudden, even my job, they was like, yeah, we just want to know who got the vaccine and who didn't. Like, you know, so we know, you know, it's like just
they ain't none of your business though.
But they I know, but I'm saying because they saying like, you know, you can't go certain places without, you know. Some establishments want you to have the vaccines before you go inside, so it's kind of like that.
Man, I would openly take that shit if it worked. If it worked, I would take that shit. It don't work though. It don't work.
Yeah, I mean, you
like,
seen that shit,
right?
You seen that shit Bill Belichick said,
right? But the arguments would be so stupid. Like, oh, you don't question what's in the meningitis vaccine. That's new. But it works. I'm not going to catch that shit if I take the vaccine. Point blank, period.
Can you still get the flu shot? I mean, can you still get the flu even if you get the flu shot, right?
That's why I don't get the flu shot.
Yeah, exactly. Me neither.
But it's not mandated either. Why is that mandated?
Exactly.
Another one's not mandated.
I never had a flu shot, but I have had the flu one time.
And then why
twice? I think I had it twice.
And then why did the flu go missing during the COVID?
All of a sudden,
I never heard one person get the flu yet.
maybe COVID ate the flu and just took. Maybe that's what happened.
COVID moved work on flu block.
That's probably what happened.
Weak ass flu.
But
That
yeah,
flu
man,
gon-
that's what
yeah.
you call it. That's what you call a overtime.
Yeah, episode 55.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna slide up out of here. But I think next week we're gonna talk about 9/11 being it's the 20-year anniversary. If you want to join, talk about where you were at the point in time, talk about where your mind started to shift about the events. But yes, the 20-year anniversary, that sounds crazy because I was in high school. I think I was in the 10th grade in English class. Yeah, and she was like, "Are y'all about to watch this?" But yeah, anyway, this is the overtime 55 brought to you by Flight Room TV. Um, yeah,
Yeah, hey, and if you you know what I'm saying, if you just want to give your perspective or your observations on society and just how you see shit going, like you know what I'm saying,
it's open door.
yeah, open door, man. This is what this whole platform is about. Like, a lot of us we have our own individual perspectives, and we might feel like we can't like express that to everybody, but you can come here. That's what this shit for.
Mm.
Like
And if
so
you found this podcast, it's for a reason. Trust,
exactly, yeah.
trust. Well, peace, y'all.
All right, y'all, peace.